Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So I'm excited to share this one with you guys, even though it's a little bit of a different build and it gave me a lot of trouble. So I actually thought about scrapping this build completely in the middle of it. So I hope you guys like it. But I think it turned out okay kind of in the end. But I decided to share it with you guys anyway. Basically, we're building or trying to build a modern igloo. So I don't know if you guys have seen those pictures on Pinterest of like these glass igloos, or like at least the top of them are glass, and they're like under the northern lights, and they're just like really gorgeous little buildings. I just really love them, and I wanted so badly to try to do a build that kind of looked like that. And so this was my attempt at it, and I figured the best way to do the glass roof, of course, was to do an actual glass roof instead of trying to get fancy with the tool mod or anything like that. I couldn't figure out how to make the right shape. So I decided to make this circular shape using this spa day item, and I can never remember what this item's called. I'll try to remember to write it down the next time I use it, because I use this object all the time and then I always feel like when I'm talking about it I have no idea what to call it. But it is one of the, I want to think, statues that came with the spa day pack. It's a really cool item. It works really well with the tool mod. It works really well functionally. So I decided to use that as my walls. And basically, to make the round walls, or to give the appearance of the round walls, I did the trick that I think a lot of simmers know about, where you kind of place a rug or a circular object or whatever shape you want to follow, and you size it up, and then you can use the move objects or the tool mod to trace it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about and you're interested in it, I will try to remember to link Kate Emerald's tutorial on like round shapes down below in the description box. That's how I learned to do this, and it's such a nice trick and it works really well. I was originally gonna enclose this build like she does on most of her builds, or the ones that I've seen. Usually she will use that round object and then still trace like walls around it to where it's actually an enclosed building. But I got really frustrated with that, because every time I did it, it would count some of this object inside and some of it outside, and the colors would change, and I could not figure out how to make that work without it being just like looking so weird and so wrong. And I either had to mess up the circle to get everything on the inside or everything on the outside, or I had to give up. So I gave up, and this is basically what I went with. And so this building is not actually enclosed in any way. So if you have seasons and you have like the weather effect, this build probably would definitely affect your Sims with the weather, because there are no walls at all to this build. So anyway, as you can tell, I went really fast. I cut out a lot of that footage because it was really repetitive. So I have the shell of the house built, so I used that object to make the kind of look like walls. They're not actually walls. And then I used a glass roof to go over it so that it would have that see-through appearance, that look that I was going for. But I didn't count on how the snow would fall on that glass roof, so I really wanted this build to be surrounded by snow, but not actually have any snow on the roof, if that makes sense. So that made it a little bit trickier to kind of make it what I wanted it to be. So I think it was at that point that I really just thought, it really doesn't look good, and I thought about just completely scrapping it out. Plus, because I didn't actually do the walls the way I planned to, I wasn't able to actually make any easy walls inside the build. So you'll see in just a little bit, I'll go back to placing that same object from Spa Day to kind of make more makeshift walls. These are straight. And yeah, it was just really frustrating at this point. I skipped a lot of that footage, but I had to basically replace all of those columns or statues, whatever they are, and make these kind of wall looking things. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looked weird. Like I said, I got really frustrated in the middle of this build, but I decided to go with it. I told myself if I could get one decent screenshot of this build, that it would be okay. And I feel like the screenshot looked okay in the end. You guys can let me know what you think. But yeah, basically, the exterior is really simple. I know the build went really fast, but I did place some debug, like snow objects, to kind of make it look more like an igloo, like there was some snow accumulated. I know that would look really weird if you're not playing in the snow, so this isn't a really good build to kind of use to play, I guess, because unless you're just playing in the snow all the time, I feel like this build would look a little silly. But I liked the way it looked. Like I said, I was going for something really specific, and it was a kind of a snowy vibe, so I decided to go with it. The rest of the landscaping is just debug objects just to make it look really natural and just my usual landscaping. And so then when we move on to the interior, this has 2 bedrooms. I want to think it's just 1 bathroom that I put on there. There's like a very large living area and then a large functional kitchen and dining area. This is a very minimalist build, I feel like, when it comes to the inside decorations, because I had been building this for a little while, and I was kind of, like I said, I didn't even know for sure if I was going to share it with you guys. I was really not feeling it at all. So I just did my best with the interior, but it's not a really like stunning interior, if you guys know what I mean. It's very like bare in some places and minimalist. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, it is functional. I did playtest it. Like I said, the only thing that I would worry about would be the weather effect on your Sims, because it is an open build. There's no walls. Even the bathroom isn't enclosed in this build, and I did try to figure out a way to enclose the bathroom, because I know there's like the embarrassed moodlet and stuff like that when you don't have walls in your bathroom. Of course, that causes a few problems. And I did try to figure out a way to enclose it, but it just was not an easy solution, so I just decided to leave it. So this is not a great build for gameplay, but I hope it turned out okay to look at. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me build it and chatting, and yeah, anyway, it was an attempt. Maybe next winter I will attempt to do some more kind of igloo type things that actually looks a little closer to what I wanted this one to look like. But I think I'm done with the igloos for this year. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you always for the support. And if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, be sure to leave them in the description box down below. And yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!